Hello, my name is Morgan Freeman, and I'm with my friend the Feldmeister. And now it's time for history.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman. About 2.7 million American men and women served in Vietnam during the Vietnam War. Between 1964 and 1973, the United States drafted 2.2 million men into the military to serve during the Vietnam War. The U.S. military reported 58,222 American casualties. Thank you for your service and sacrifice.
War never changes. When the U.S. ended World War II by dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy, the Feldmeister here. This is Johnny. I think he was my mom's uncle, but anyways, he was drafted into the Vietnam War, and I always heard cool stories about the fella. I never got to meet him because he died way before I was born, but that's a different story. There's a couple different mods that we're using for today's video, just some Vietnam gear. Feel free to pause if you see any mods that you want to check out. I'm going to scroll through here and let you look at them. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Well, I'll take this time to go ahead and say the usual. You go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Also, if you see a veteran out there, make sure you thank them and welcome them home, okay? Do your service. And if you're not interested in any of these mods that I'm scrolling through, skip forward about 30-40 seconds. Be right at the special stats. I got 4 in strength, 4 in perception, 5 endurance, 4 charisma, 4 intelligence, 4 agility, and 3 luck. I tried to balance him out pretty evenly because I don't really know what this fellow is like. I feel like he's just pretty American average dude, you know what I mean?
Coming in. That's confirmed reports. I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York and Pennsylvania. My God.
And just like that, the commies start dropping bombs in the U.S. So my family and I escape to the vault. Kellogg shoots my wife. I grab a couple stim packs and ammo to sell for later. And inside Vault 101, I did not know this was part of the mod, but is an M16. My lord. After visiting Potbot, I go to this body where the mod told me to go to, and I grab my good old 1911. Thank you, John Moses Browning. I then made my way to the National Guard training facility. Inside is a trunk full of Vietnam gear and cigarettes. You gotta love those cigarettes. So after a quick smoke break, I make my way to Concord and I help out Preston Garvey. As I arrived, they did not know I was there. I also witnessed a raider at level 1 holding a Gatling laser. What the fuck is going on in my game? However, I do think this mod should have added one thing. The M16 never once jammed. So I fight my way all the way to the top of this building. I killed this man without even touching him once. That's how strong I am. Respect my name. You don't take chances. When they open the door, you fire. You let the whole damn clip rip. Without killing any of the raiders outside, I run to the sewer and I activate the Deathclaw to let him get some damage in on him. Do you think Deathclaws could hit a home run? Yes, in fact they can. Goddamn. Cutting it too close for comfort, I run to the buildings. There's more raiders about to help me take care of this guy, but eventually I work him to the front and he goes down to my M16. Not going back and talking to Preston.
Sure,
I then had an encounter I never had before.
Great. Just tell me where you want me to
just
send
bought a
her.
cow.
She's all yours.
I'm sure Codsworth will help take care of the cow. Running across Drumlin Diner, I see 2 commies outside peddling drugs. So I took them down.
Why are you standing around here like there's nothing to do? Paladin Dance is waiting for you.
I'm gonna smoke me a goddamn cigarette, okay, boy? I then shot Piper from afar to get the gate to open. I also just didn't want to hear her yappy ass voice, okay? After hanging around Diamond City for a while, I heard screaming. A man was holding his brother at gunpoint. He was gonna shoot him, so I did what I had to do to save another human life. But I will also take a life when needed. I heard there's a man being held prisoner in these subway tunnels. So I'll make my way to find him. Defensive shopping cart, activate! Die, motherfucker! With my M16 burning through ammo, I switch to the 1911 and I take out Dino. Arriving up, I free Nick Valentine and me and him make our way.
Almost got it. There we are. Hell of a lot easier to do when the lock isn't on the other side.
Just in case you didn't know, it's the same thing Mercer Frey says when you're hunting Carlia in Skyrim. With fun facts out of the way, me and Nick Valentine shoot our way through Vault 114. Not a single man makes it out of here alive.
Playing
My defensive measure against Skinny Malone was to place a bunch of shopping carts all around to mess up their pathing, and it did in fact work. They backed away in the corner, and they got gunned down like fish in a barrel. I also downloaded this motorcycle mod. Who doesn't want a motorcycle in Fallout 4? Also, I changed the speed so it's a lot faster later on. I ride straight through enemy territory. Not a soul can stop me on this motorcycle. I'm unstoppable. Well, Finn just threatened the wrong man, and he paid the ultimate price for it. Now arriving at Fort Hagen, I shoot many cents inside. I'm going to work my way all the way down to Kellogg, and he's got about 200 years of revenge headed his way. Before the battle commenced, I had a quick cigarette break. But you see, there's one thing Kellogg wasn't planning. There's one thing he didn't account for. There's one person he probably doesn't know the name of. And that name of that person is John Moses Browning, motherfucker. So with the cigarettes +2 to sneak skill and a little bit of overdrive, I go into sneak mode. I click on Kellogg's head, I pull out the 1911, and I let it blast. YouTube wouldn't let me show that, so here's a picture of Moira Brown. This is the 4th time playing Fallout 4 these damn vertibirds zoom past me like this. Has anybody else ever seen that? Let me know. Going back to Diamond City, I stop into the bar and I catch a local fight going on. Now this is slowed down by 20%, just because I wanted to see Paul's ass go up in slow motion, and I figured you would enjoy it too. The way Henry just dodges that punch, and then punches Paul right back in the face, hits him with the left hook, hits him with the right hook, Paul goes flying. After witnessing Paul get his ass beat, I then agreed to ambush the chem deal. Now I don't want to use many of these chems, I do use a couple, but the main plan is to sell them for ammo because this M16 is burning through it like crazy. It was now time to head to Good Neighbor. Now I know I could have fast traveled there. When was the last time you drove a motorcycle around in Fallout 4? Yeah, that's what I thought. Hush. This quest is just as bad as Dima's. This is so slow and boring, dear God. Thank God it's finally over. Shoot me, Kellogg, please. So with the information I needed in hand, MacCready holds on to my manhandles for dear life, and we ride through the glowing sea in style, all the way to Virgil's cave. I then stopped in front of the Children of Adam just to flex on them. Inside Virgil's cave, me and MacCready had a quick smoke break. It was here I realized this guy kind of looked like Private Joker from Full Metal Jacket, but also, all bald guys probably look the same too. I then hit a shot from afar. I then arrived at Green Tech Genetics. I worked my way stealthily through inside. This guy was whooping MacCready's ass, so I had to help him. Like I stated earlier in the video, through weak little lasers, there's no match for the power of John Moses Browning. I take every single one of them down in here. Arriving at the top, I take out the Courser, and I even free the synth girl this time. Well, I guess it's that part of the video where I tell you what side I'm going for. But I can tell you which side I'm not going for. The railroad. I gunned every single one of them down. I'm gonna have to come back here and do it later, so I might as well just shorten the numbers while I'm here. Glory's the only one that really put up a fight, though. MacCready and I fight our way all the way inside the tunnels of the railroad HQ. All the way inside, I take out Dr. Carrington, Tinker Tom, and anybody else that stood as an opposition. Now this next part, it's always kind of bothered me. How the hell does the sole survivor know how to decode a Courser chip? I turn on the computer, analyze it, put the Courser chip in, and somehow I decode it. I don't know, man. It's now time to help Paladin dance. I also downloaded a mod for a Remington 870 shotgun. I let the bodies pile up here for a while, so I can buy more ammo. This is a good little thing, I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad they implemented this. Obviously, they wanted you to do this, or they wouldn't have let you. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate son!
Purpose and our mission beneath the Commonwealth. There is a case.
After hearing Maxon's wonderful speech, I then walk up to Fort Strong, because damn Vertibird wouldn't land because I wouldn't fire the minigun at anybody. Also, this is a good time to say, this is the All-American rifle from Fallout New Vegas. It was in the National Guard Armory apparently where I first found the armor, I didn't realize it. But, this gun ended up being OP as... trying to work on my cussing, you know, I got the mouth of a sailor, guys. Well, MacCready said no balls to driving this thing off, so I proved him wrong, and I floated my way down perfectly fine.
Thank you, Elder.
Transmitting in 3.
I then built the signal interceptor. It's time to go inside the Institute. Yeah, I just shot Father through 2 different walls. If you didn't know you could do that when you get that special attack in VATS mode, now you know.
You're ugly, you're disgusting, I'm gonna kill you, give me $200.
I then did a little cleaning around the Institute. It was now time to get the magnetic parts that the Brotherhood needs. But then I honestly felt bad for this super mutant. Golly. But then this guy just started whipping my ass as I started laughing at his friend, so I guess that's karma for you. Ah! Well, with enough jump scares for the day, I make my way back to the Brotherhood airport, and I start building the magnetic spheres or whatever the hell they're called that they needed. Also, the next video after this is a Fallout New Vegas one. I hope you enjoy it. Well, with the acculator thing he's built, I've been told to meet this lady halfway to the glowing sea. She wants me to walk all the way out there, but little does she know, I have the power of the U.S. Army behind me. So I call for the motorcycle, and me and McCready, we ride all the way out to the glowing sea. Dang, this thing stops on a dime. McCready, get your balls off my head. I ain't on no Diddy stuff, man. I clear out every single enemy inside, and then I had to blur this because, well, YouTube won't like this. Don't worry, that guy's fine. He's just stirring macaroni back there. I then cripple the Assaultron's legs, so I don't have time to deal with it shenanigans.
Liberty Prime.
With that,
Back
Liberty Prime,
online.
he's powered up and ready to go. Besides the beryllium agitator, of course. So I give McCready a little bit of cover fire. Turns out Paladin Dance is a synth, and he's a traitor to the Brotherhood. And there's crimes that he's got to pay for. So, I have to do anything I need to do. Well, I guess this pyro person is something part of the Creation Club or something? Because I ain't never seen this person out in the wasteland before. The Fords are some of the toughest enemies I've faced yet, but they eventually fall to little tiny red hot dog shells coming out of a gun. It was now time for the final assault on the railroad. So me and a couple of the Brotherhood aspirants, we push our ways inside, taking out every single member we come across. Now, I could have chose to destroy Pam, but I chose to keep around for the Brotherhood this round. I don't know. That's what I felt like doing. Well, with the railroad HQ secured, it's time for me to head on out of here. We got business to handle. Well, I could tell you never had this happen to me before. I honestly have no words for this. I've had lower health than this and jump before.
Look at Randy Orton slithering.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! KO! Here's the cover!
And that's when I took a break from the game. Because I didn't make a save for a very, very long time. So I had to go back way, way far. But eventually I came back, came to Mass Fusion, landed on the top perfectly fine, took out all the synths, grabbed the little key card, and I always jump all the way down to Good Neighbor. But this time, it was a little bit sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I'd missed where I was going, and then I panicked last second, but luckily, it all pulled through and I hit the loading screen. Now inside the first floor of Mass Fusion, Proctor Ingram and I take out many synths ahead of us to get down to the reactor level. When I see an opportunity, I take it. So I arm this place to the teeth with mines. The sentry bots and assaultrons will not cause me harm this playthrough, damn it. Checking over my sweet, sweet landmines, just to make sure they're all positioned correctly. I make my way inside the beryllium agitator. Now, in survival mode, this thing kicks your ass with the radiation. But if you take Jet, you can hit the little button, jump back to the door, and it'll still grab the beryllium agitator for you. The All-American rifle, the rifle that I'm using, it comes from Fallout New Vegas, but it's got a damaging to cripple limbs effect on it. And let me just say, dude, this thing made the run a walk in the park. Not anything could stand a chance in front of me. Putting some finishing touches on the sentry bot, I make my way outside the room, only to find the Assaultron running full force at me. The mines did a little bit to harm its health, but it was still ready to go full force. But luckily, it just went flying at me instead. Would you guys let an Assaultron, You see, this is how you know the Brotherhood's assholes. We could have used this beryllium agitator to do great good for the Commonwealth. Power all kinds of buildings. I mean, most buildings have power anyway somehow, but either way, it goes in Liberty Prime. And he choked that motherfucker out. Alright, next Fallout game. Could we not have to follow Liberty Prime? He got stuck again. So, I just fast traveled back into the Institute. Somehow they never took that option away from me after I shot Father in the face. Honestly, I've never had this happen. So when I loaded in, I was thinking they was going to be friendly because, they would take the option away from me if they wasn't friendly. No! Everybody here wants to kill me. So, I load up the Pip-Boy, I take a couple health items, and I start blasting. Well, like Liberty Prime says, democracy will not be defeated. So I pull out the M16, and I jump down inside this hole. Honestly, I haven't done a Brotherhood playthrough in so long that I forgot how they just wipe out every single thing here in the Institute. The Minutemen and the Railroad, it takes time to come through here in survival, but I just let the Brotherhood do most of the work here. Well, it's that time of the quest. The doors are locked down, and the only way to override it is the computer inside Father's room. So, taking the elevator on up, I sit, I wait, elevator music plays, As I open the door, I look outside, and what do I see? I see Father looking back at me. Scared, alone, and glitched. With the doors open to advanced systems now, we fight our way towards inside. We don't let a single enemy get past us. Even the weak little scientists to run away, they all get shot in the back. I even decided to use Father's body as a shield. If I'm being honest, the 2 cents in this room went down really quick. I'm playing on survival, and I'm also playing on hard. The All-American just chews people up. McCready and I then help the Brotherhood mop up any opposition that's left standing still. Heading towards reactor number 4, I put the pulse charge on it. We're about to party like it's 1986, baby. Well, it's now time to leave Little Chernobyl, so we teleport to the relay room, and this little sack of shit talks to me.
You're not going anywhere with me. You're not my son.
But you can't just...
Oh, but I can! So, with that, it proves, yes, you can beat Fallout 4 only using gear from Vietnam. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button. If you didn't enjoy the video, hit the dislike button. Other than that, I'm gonna hop off here. Much love, y'all be safe. But one more note, if you see a veteran out there, welcome them home and thank them for their service.